Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer, Mr. Your Leader. Fellow members of this august body, good afternoon. My dear colleagues in the Sangguniang, we will soon discuss and propose the next year's budget. And I have noticed many aspects deficient in the agriculture sector. We have neglected attention in many vital crops and support systems. Let me first draw your attention to the most vital support system, without which our dream for increased production in all crops and food staples in the province will remain a dream forever. I am referring to water and irrigation. Even a cursory inquiry into the budget that we passed last year indicates that we paid minimal attention to it, and that the Agriculture Office allocated or prepared a paltry sum. Any sane-minded farmer would grimace or frown, knowing that with such a large area for farming in the province, only a minimal amount is allocated for irrigation projects and programs. Are we relegating all efforts in irrigation to the National Irrigation Administration? Their projects are too conventional, and their mindset is on mega projects that need mega loans from other countries. If we compute the cost-to-benefit ratio on a per hectare basis, we would come out very low and unprofitable. We should be thankful that our farmers are not being charged with exorbitant fees anymore. But let us allow the NIA to do its job, especially in lowland irrigable areas where economies of scale are needed. However, let us seriously consider that we have more than 244,000 hectares of cropland, and at the utmost, NIA can irrigate only about 30% of that, even with eventual completion of the mega dam in Kalina. We have yet to apply modern irrigation technology in other major crops, like corn, sugarcane, fruits, and vegetables. In these other crops, our province's technical people have not even thought much of modernizing the farmers' water use and management. The sad reality now is that while we have one of the largest land area for rice in Region 6, we rank third after Negros Occidental and Capiz in our terms of net production per unit area. What happened? We hope our Provincial Agriculture Office and the PPDO can provide accurate answers. The need for higher food production and food sufficiency was highlighted by our President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. himself in his first State of the Nation address. He said that there is a need for us to apply modern farm technologies because we are the most backward among the countries in Southeast Asia region. He, however, forgot to mention about water, which is essential in farming, and the modernization of irrigation systems in the country. During the inaugural speech of Governor Arthur Defensor Jr., he emphasized on attaining food security by maximizing rice production and adding value to agricultural products. He stated that he will focus on small irrigation projects to maximize sectorage of rice production. Optimizing crop yield by using appropriate irrigation methods should not be expensive with high-tech. All we need to do is think deeper, explore existing technologies, avail of government programs, and tap friendly nations for their advanced but appropriate technologies, specifically Korea, Israel, and India. We have done that in our municipality, Bingawan. When our father, Zafiro, was mayor, he learned of the small water impounding projects of the Department of Agriculture. He immediately availed of the SWIFT Small Farm Reserva programs and built them in several barangays, where farmers made good use of them. This enabled them to increase yield and the frequency of plantings for rice, and also made them more productive, since they were able to plant vegetables during off-season of rice, thus not only improving their income, but their family's nutrition as well. Water in the sweep are also used for livestock, such as carabao, ducks, and others. During my incumbency as mayor, I was able to add more sweeps, and at the present, we have a total of 120 projects that have boosted to a great extent the productivity of our farmers. There are many appropriate technologies that can bring water constantly and at the least possible cost to the farmers' crops. As the provincial LGU, it is our responsibility to ensure that our people will have affordable food supply and this starts with better and more food production. Food and crop production can only be optimized with efficient irrigation or water supply. Thus, we need to ensure that our farmers have adequate water for their farms. As the bananas law is now in effect, we need a water resources development, utilization and management plan for the next 10 years, aligned to the irrigation program of the national agency. Let us allow this agency to concentrate on the lowlands while we exert efforts in the neglected sectors, upland and non-irrigated rice, vegetable, sugarcane, corn, and other crops also need to have irrigation systems so that yields and thus farmers' incomes are also increased. We also need to rationalize our water resources, minimize, if not totally cut off, runoffs to the sea, recharge our aquifers, etc. We have continuously extracted underground water, thinking that this resource is limitless. Now we are facing problems which are already prevalent in other countries. Salt water intrusion into our underground aquifers or water storage. Also, let us transpose from mere tree planting to tree forest ecology, conservation, and in many cases, indigenous ecology restoration. This mindset will enable us to conserve and even enhance our remaining native ecosystems, which in my opinion, has conserved our water resources better than exotic or non-native trees and reforestation systems that we thought were good for us. We should also think outside the box and draw ideas from the experiences of countries and states have preserved and even improved their water resources. Israel is one example. This country was water deficient decades ago, but now they are exporting their water to their neighbors because they have developed technologies to extract and even create water from sources we all thought of as impossible. Let me enumerate some models of practical applications for us here, and it's not covered by the national agency. We should have more sweep or small water impounding projects, water catchment lagoons for recharging underground aquifers that will also serve as community fish ponds, communal irrigation systems, innovative water lifting systems using low-cost methods such as ramp pumps and low-cost drum suction pumps, rainwater harvesting technologies, solar irrigation, low-cost windmills, water wheels to lift water to farms from lower water resources. It is not too late for us, but we have to act now. May I therefore end my discourse today with a strong recommendation for us to pass a resolution urging the Governor to immediately instruct the PAO and the PPDO to plan and implement a comprehensive water development for the multi-year water resources conservation, development, enhancement, and management program. We should be ready to propose an annual budget for this. The program should also emphasize on pilot implementation with farmer and association-based models for practicality and easier acceptance by the more farmers as they see success and practicality. This is also to win away from the demonstration farm approach that has not achieved mass acceptance so far. Thank you, dear colleagues, for your attention and time. May God be with us always to provide wisdom and inspiration that we will be on the right track to be of help to our fellow Ilonggos.
Thank you, Board Matt. Madam Chair, the action point of the privilege speech of Board Member Palabrica may be taken up under the unassigned business.